Okay, so for today's EQAO prep lesson, we're going to be looking at the algebra strand, specifically looking at patterns and relationships. So for today, we are going to identify, describe, extend, create, and make predictions about a variety of patterns, including those found in real-life contexts. So let's look at the first knowledge question here, number 7. The question says, what two attributes change in this repeating pattern? So first we have to understand what an attribute is. Do you know what an attribute is? An attribute is a feature of an object. Some examples of attributes we could use to explain different objects could be things like the shape of an object, the color, or the size. And it helps us to sort different objects. So let's look at this repeating pattern. So first of all, do you see different shapes in this pattern? Let's look at the first shape. What is this shape? It looks like it's a four-sided shape. Yeah.
Triangle?
Yeah, it has a triangle in it, but it's not actually a triangle. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so it's a quadrilateral. Do you think the other shapes in this pattern are the same or different?
Same.
Yeah, they're just what? Why do they look different? What's different about them?
They're different sizes.
Good. So we already can tell that they're different sizes. This one is much larger than this one, but they are in fact the same shape. So would we say that the shape changes? We're looking at A. Would we say the shape in this pattern changes? No.
Nope.
Does the size change?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it can't be shape and size.
No.
Well, we see size in the answer B and in the answer C. So we have to look to see which other attributes have changed in this pattern. Now, I did color it in, but when you looked at the original question, did you notice that the color was different at all? Originally?
No.
No, I colored that in, but originally there was no different color for each shape. So we know this can't be the answer. This does not work either. Let's look at C. We already know that the size is different. The size changes. What do they mean by orientation? What does that word mean? Orientation refers to the way that an object is positioned or arranged. So let's look at the position of these objects. Which way is this shape facing?
Left.
Right. And then we have the new object here, and it looks like is it facing the same direction?
Not facing up.
Good. So did the orientation of this shape change? The position of it change?
Yes.
Right. And over here, did it change again?
Yes.
Yeah. And then here, did it change again?
Yes.
So then it goes back to facing this way. Mm-hmm. So we have left, up, right, down, left, up, right. What do you think would come next?
Down.
Very good. Would you be able to identify the pattern core in this repeating pattern? Which is the part that repeats? So let's circle which part of this pattern actually repeats.
So it goes right, up.
You mean left?
Left, up, right, down.
And then it continues to repeat that over and over and over. So it goes left, up, right, down. Left, up, right, down. What would come next?
Left, up, right, down.
Now, I've drawn them with different colors. So if we were to continue this pattern with my colors, we would have to also say that the color changed. But in this question, the color did not change. So what's our final answer?
Size and C, which is size and orientation.
Excellent. Let's look at the next question. This question is an application question. It says, a pattern starts at 55, so it's starting at 55, and it's decreasing by the same amount each time. Every single time it decreases by the same amount. What does the word decreases mean?
It means to go down.
It means to go down. Excellent. So would the numbers be getting larger or smaller?
Small.
Good. So it starts at 55 right here, and it's decreasing by the same amount each time. Well, we know the second number, so we can actually figure out what did it decrease by from the first number to the second number.
55, 54, 53, 52, 3.
So it went down by 3, right? They subtracted 3 to get to the next number. If it's decreasing by the same amount each time, what would the next number be in the pattern?
49.
And how did you get that?
I subtracted 3.
Excellent. So let's check. Does it work? Is this also decreasing by 3 to get to the next number?
49, 40, 47, 46, yeah.
Yeah. And then if I want to get to the last number in this pattern shown, what would I have to do?
43.
Good. And how did you get that?
I decreased by 3.
Good. So what's the answer here? What are the missing numbers?
The missing numbers are 49 and 43, so the answer would be A.
Excellent. Very good. Okay, so here's our last question for algebra, patterns and relationships, and this is the thinking question. So let's read this one here. It says, Amit creates a pattern. He starts at 2 and counts forward by 3s, forward by 3s. Then we have Mia, who creates a pattern. She starts at 5 and counts forward by 4s. Which two numbers are in Amit's and Mia's pattern? Okay, let's figure out their patterns first. So we have Amit. What does he start at?
He starts at 2.
Okay, so we're going to start with the number 2. Do you want to write it?
2.
Okay. And we're going to figure out the next number in his pattern. It says he's counting forward by 3.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. So the next number is 5. Excellent. What would the next number be? Let's keep going.
8. 11.
Yeah. Keep going.
14.
Good. Let's do some more.
17.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a couple more.
20.
Yeah.
23.
Yep. And
26.
let's do one more.
29.
Excellent. So these are all the numbers. We stopped at 29 that we could find in Amit's pattern. Okay, let's look at Mia's pattern. So let's use a different color for Mia. So Mia, where does Mia start?
She starts at 5.
Good.
And it counts forward.
And she's counting forward as well. So are the numbers increasing or decreasing?
Increase.
Okay, so she starts at 5. So let's start with her first number here. And she's counting forward by 4s. So what would the next number be?
9.
Good.
13. 17.
Good.
21. 25.
Good.
29.
Good. And we can stop there. So we have Amit's pattern, and then we have Mia's pattern. It says here, which two numbers are in Amit's and Mia's patterns? So let's look at the first option. It says that both their patterns have the number 9 and the number 17. So let's look at Amit. Does he have the number 9 in his pattern?
No.
Nope. So it can't be that answer. Okay. Do they both have the number 17 in their pattern?
Yeah.
Amit has 17 and Mia has 17, but they both don't have number 9. So this cannot be the correct answer. What about B? Do they both have 13 in their pattern? Does Amit have 13?
No.
No. Does Mia have 13?
Yes.
Yeah, but they both don't have it. So we know that can't be the answer. What about C? Do they both have 17? We already discovered they do, right?
Yeah.
And do they both have 29 in their pattern?
Yes.
Oh, wow, they do. Okay, so that's the answer, but let's just double check. Let's just make sure that we didn't miss something. Do they both have 20 in their pattern?
Uh-huh.
Amit has 20. Does Mia have 20?
Oh, no.
No, so they don't both have 20, but they do both have 29. So the only one that would work would be C. Excellent. Very well done. Come back tomorrow for our next topic. Tomorrow we'll be looking at equations and inequalities. Stay tuned.